Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome everyone who has tuned in, our Endeavor community, our partners, dear entrepreneurs. Welcome to our first pitch competition in partnership with the Miami Herald and Microsoft for Startups. I'm Claudia Duran, Managing Director of Endeavor Miami and your host for today. As many of you know, Endeavor is committed to supporting underrepresented founders in South Florida. Black founders, it's harder for them to access capital, talent, and right networks for them to scale. In fact, according to our Endeavor Insight research that we did recently, only 15% of organizations supporting Black and Hispanic entrepreneurs work with them beyond the startup stage. And Black founders receive less than 2% of venture capital funding in the United States. At Endeavor Miami, we understand the importance of supporting Black entrepreneurs and creating a strong peer-to-peer community. That is why earlier this year, Endeavor Miami focused its Endeavor Lab Cohort 2 to support Black founders. And most recently, we created our first Endeavor pitch competition for Black founders, which is today. Before we kick off the pitches, I want to thank our amazing partners, the Miami Herald. Jane, thank you for being here, and Microsoft for Startups, Mariano, for joining us and making all of this possible. We're honored to stand alongside you to promote diversity in our entrepreneurial ecosystem to be more inclusive. Today, you'll be listening to 10 participants. You will listen to their pitches. These participants went through a selection process, and we have the 10 finalists here for you, all of you, to hear their incredible stories and the companies that they're building. So they're all Florida-grown companies, and they're going to pitch to a panel of esteemed judges. At the end of the pitches, the judges will select the 3 winners who will receive non-diluted cash prizes. The first place will receive $25,000, the second place $15,000, and the third place $10,000. And also they will all receive, the 3 winners will receive access to Microsoft for Startups program, which includes $25,000 worth of Microsoft Azure credits and technical consulting session. Finally, the first place winner will receive a spot in one of our Endeavor Miami's growth programs, Endeavor Lab or Scale Up, once they meet the necessary criteria. So before we kick things off with the pitches, we want to introduce you to our judges of today. So joining us on stage is Mariano Amartino, Managing Director for the Americas at Microsoft for Startups, where he runs the Startups program and engagement with the innovation ecosystem. Welcome, Mariano. Our second judge is Jane Wooldrige, Business and Visual Arts Editor at the Miami Herald. Welcome, Jane. And last but not least is our third judge, Marcell Haywood, founder and CEO of Encompass and also an Endeavor Entrepreneur. So welcome, Marcell. I'm so excited to have the 3 of you as judges today. It's gonna be a great afternoon. So thank you for joining us. We're super excited to have this all of the founders pitching their businesses to you. So just to kick things started and get things started and the ball rolling, what are some of your expectations for today? If you can share something, maybe start with Jane.
I think my expectation is to hear about some great new companies that I don't know about. And that's always exciting to me, and to see the future in the making.
Great, thank you so much. Marcell?
So the big expectation I have for today is to see and hear just a ton of passion. Nothing great's ever been built without that main ingredient. So looking forward to seeing what everyone participating today is most passionate about.
Great, thank you so much, Marcell. And Mariano?
And on my side, I'm looking forward to meet new companies that I haven't heard before, like Jen said, and also I would love to see the businesses that they have in mind.
Okay, and any words of advice to the entrepreneurs before we get started? Marcell, you're an entrepreneur. What would you tell these amazing founders?
Just lay it on the line and be yourself. That's always the most convincing way to pitch your biggest idea.
Great, thank you so much.
I'm going to say, because I've listened to a lot of these over time, that don't forget the who, what, where, when, why. That might sound like journalism, but it's really all storytelling. And that's what you're doing. You're telling us stories about you and your business.
Great, thank you, Jane.
And finally, on my side, basically be yourself. We are here just to listen and to learn from you also.
Perfect. All right, so let's get to it. Now to start out today's presentations, I'd like to welcome our moderator of the day, Rebecca Negro Rocha. Rebecca is part of our Endeavor team and currently manages all of our accelerator programs. So welcome, Rebecca.
Thanks, Claudia, for the introduction. Welcome everyone to our pitch competition. Super excited to be here. And thank you for the judges for taking the time and the entrepreneurs for all the work you've put in to be ready for today. So we're gonna get started with the pitches. Each company will have 5 minutes to pitch and then 5 minutes for Q&A. So we're gonna go ahead and get started with our first company. So I would like to bring to the stage Mark Thayer with Aryville.
Thank you so much, Claudia and Rebecca, for the introduction. I'm the CEO and founder of Aryville.
So Mark, whenever you're ready to start sharing screen, you let me know and I'll start counting you down, okay?
All right, thank you so much, I'm ready.
Okay, go ahead, start sharing your screen.
Yeah, for some reason it says that, okay, there we go. All right, sorry about that.
No worries, all right, I'll count you down in 3, 2, 1, go ahead.
Okay. I would love for everybody to just close your eyes. Imagine that you received a phone call. Your grandmother in Nigeria has had a stroke and now has 24 hours to live. It would be great to be there immediately so you can enjoy her final moments and grieve with your family. But there's no public airline or private charter company that could get you there in time. And those are the problems that Aryville is trying to solve. One of the main reasons why charter companies aren't available in 24 hours or a charter jet isn't available in 24 hours is because the limit of availability. Most charter companies are spread out. There are a few charter companies in Miami, Atlanta, California, as well as New York. But if you're in a city in between those cities, it will literally take you 24 hours to 48 hours to book a charter jet. And charter jets are also expensive. If you were to book a private jet from Miami to Nigeria, it will cost you $80,000 to $100,000. One of the main things that Aryville is going to do is to help solve that problem is equip charter companies with a white label application that uses machine learning to predict their future flights. By predicting future flights, charter companies could fill more empty flights as well as cut their cost in half. To license out our software, we charge companies $120,000 per year. Right now, we have about 7 charter companies on board with Aryville. And by the end of the year, we're expecting to make $700,000 in revenue off of those 7 clients. To remind you, these are some of the top charter companies in the world. Right now, we have a fully functional MVP. We're getting ready to launch our app on a Google Play and Apple Store next month. And we're going to begin building custom apps, applications for our charter company partners in August. We're a business-to-business company, so most of our marketing happens in person. Ryan, my CTO, and myself run the day-to-day operations. Ryan is a seasoned leader. He's worked at a few tech companies, Some of those companies have raised anywhere from $20 to $50 million. I'm a long-time salesperson. I also started another company in the past that use artificial intelligence and machine learning. One of the team that's going to help guide us is our strong advisory board. We've been blessed to have the opportunity to have advisors from some of the top companies in the world. Former executive and current executives for Bank of America Private Bank, United Technologies, Rolls-Royce America, Jetcraft, and Spirit Airlines. Jane, I know you mentioned, you wanted to see companies that are building for the future. Arrival is just truly going to help private aviation become more affordable to more people. There are too many people that face the risk of getting sick with viruses or who can't go and see their loved ones at the last minute. But Arrival is going to help charter companies not only allow their customers to book and board jets within minutes, but we're also going to help people get to the places and people that they love the most in a timely manner. So that was my pitch, and I would love to just open up the floor for any questions or any questions.
Awesome. All right. Well, thank you, Mark. So let's get started with questions. Maybe Mariano, do you want to get started?
Yeah. Hey, Mark. Thanks for the presentation. Quick question. I didn't get it. You will be giving this AI platform to predict where they should put their planes in order to avoid the time in land, right?
Yeah, correctly. So there are about 300 charter companies.
Yeah.
90% of those charter companies, they don't use any applications to connect with their customers. So not only are we giving them a platform, not only are we building them a white label application, but we're also equipping them with machine learning technology to help fill flights quicker.
Yeah. On one side, I think that it goes to one. I do love the business, so that's why I know that they need to cut off the time on land. But how will you deal with the ability to have different crews standing by in different airports if you get in your app the notification or the guideline to move your plane to a different city? Will you provide some sort of crews? Do you expect the private jets to have their own crews in different across America, how do you plan to do that?
So we're only providing the application and the technology. The charter companies are going to handle their own marketing, but the machine learning algorithms that we use are patent, and they've been used for companies such as Amazon, Best Buy, as well as Circle K. And as well as other transportation companies. But we're the first company applying this machine learning technology to the aviation.
Okay.
I'd like to ask you, Mark, is this I understand the concept, and I think there is one private air charter that has used something similar. It was some years ago, so it may be obsolete by now, or they may have ditched it. But I wonder if there is an opportunity here to create a booking platform that hooks into more than one charter operator. That's a white label, booking platform for private aviation, the way that there are a number of public aviation.
Yes, so we're actually doing both. We're creating platforms for charter companies, but we're also building our own platform that will connect with other charter companies. So our application is going to be launching next month. There are going to be about a dozen different charter companies on that app.
Okay.
Mark, I just want to make sure I totally understand how you're creating value for these operators. So what you're referring to are deadheads, right? Essentially, where they've taken a charter, let's say from Miami to LA, and now the plane has to return to Miami, to the FOB in Miami, and that's a deadhead. And so is your application going to essentially give that charter operator predictive data around where they should stage the plane next?
Correct.
To pick up the next fare, essentially, right? So maybe they should move from LA to San Diego, for instance. to pick up a charter there. Is that where you're headed with it?
That's 100% correct.
Okay. And I think Jane was referring to a company, maybe it was JetSmarter, it might be, years and years ago, that was focused on really the deadhead kind of market, right? And they would discount their prices significantly. Were they doing something similar to what you're suggesting, or are you proposing something different?
So JetSmarter, they allow people to book seats on private jets. So I mean, if you book a jet on JetSmarter, which is now XO Jets, it will probably be about 10 or 15 other people on that private jet. But they never use machine learning. They never use machine learning in their technology. And I think that's what's going to separate us from other companies. But they're more of a booking platform, but their rival is a tech company. And I think that separates us from other companies in this industry.
Great. Is there time for one more question, Rebecca? Okay.
Go ahead.
And Mark, so as you know, machine learning, it's really data hungry, right? You have to have lots of data to train your algorithms with. Where will this data come from, and how do you expect to get enough of it, right, to have really an accurately predictive algorithm to build the business on?
Yeah, so the charter companies that we work with, they have a lot of data. But of course, we're also gonna provide them with a booking platform, and hopefully, like in a year, we'll be able to have enough data so the machine learning can work accurately.
Gotcha.
All right, perfect. Anyone else have a very quick last question? No, perfect. All right. Well, Mark, thank you so much. We will see you later. All right.
All right, thank you so much. Yes, ma'am.
Thanks, Mark.
Thank you, guys.
So now I'm very excited to bring to the stage our next entrepreneur, Gino Herring with Best Candidate.
Hi there.
Hi, Gino.
Thanks everyone for this opportunity. I really appreciate this. Thank you so much.
Of course. So go ahead and start sharing screen. And then once you're set up, I'll start timing you, okay?
Okay. Let me do this right quick. Share screen. All right, can you see the screen there?
Not yet. Try again.
Yeah, let me try again. Okay, let's do this right. Is that sharing?
Yes, we're seeing Zoom. Yeah, minimize
Okay.
that screen.
Okay, it's not sharing anymore.
Yeah, it's frozen, yeah.
Okay, let me try this one more time. Okay, is that sharing there?
Yes, we're seeing the problem slide.
Okay. Why is that doing that? Give me 1 second, I apologize. Okay, I had to stop share and then share again. Share. Okay, is that it?
And yeah, now just go ahead and put full screen.
What does it do? Okay, how about that?
No, not yet. So why don't you go to the bottom next to the Zoom on the right? You should be able to click full screen on the right.
Oh, where's that?
Next
I'm
to the-
sorry. Is that it there?
But now you're in presenter mode. So click display settings.
Swap
And-
presenter.
Yeah.
Okay, there we go. So now I need to go back to the beginning, I believe.
Just press the arrow and then you should go back to the beginning. Like your own arrow on your keyboard.
Gotcha.
Perfect. All right, go
Okay.
ahead.
Phew. Okay. Thank you so much. All right. My name is Gino Herring, and I'm the founder and CEO of Best Candidate. So it's 6:30 p.m. on election day, and you're in line at the voting precinct. You made it in time. Now, before you left home this morning, you remember your 12-year-old daughter, and she says, please remember to bring home the I voted sticker. And so you remember you got to do that. So you're in line, you made it on time, but you have no idea who to vote for. And so you're in luck, because in your pocket or even your purse, you have a set of car keys, you have your wallet with your ID in it, you need that to vote. And you've also got your cell phone. So you can download Best Candidate, the ultimate election candidate search engine, and Campaign Media Manager. And so we know we've got a problem, and that is that there's no centralized location for candidate information, and candidates cannot easily be found or researched. On the voter side, simply who do I vote for, or who's on my ballot? Candidate side, how can I reach more potential voters, and how can I get better exposure as a candidate? And so our solution is a mobile platform where any prospective voter can research, communicate with, and follow candidates. Mobile platform where candidates can now create and manage their own campaign profile and increase overall exposure. And so Best Candidate mobile application, simply for users, you just log in and create a profile. You log onto that site and you can immediately begin to search, communicate locally or geographically. And for candidates, you create your profile, you log into the site, and then you begin your campaign with a geographic area specific to you. And so our prototype currently, we've got Best Candidate mobile application, and you can see to the left there, the very first slide there, that's our prototype, the candidate page. It lists the actual candidate and different things about them, their bio, how to contact them and the issues they support or don't. Also a full list of candidates according to where you live, that's your geo candidate page. Geo district page, so you have a map of your district.
I believe we're having some technical difficulties with Gino. Gino, we lost you there for a second. And you're muted, so we can't hear you. Sorry, guys. This rain here in Miami today, honestly, is breaking up all the internet. So,
can you still see me?
Yeah, now we can, and now we can hear you. Why don't you go ahead and try to share screen again? Maybe the rain won't affect us this time.
Oh my goodness. Okay. Hope I can pick up where I left off there. Okay, share. Okay, how about that?
Right, keep going.
Okay, thank you. And so back to our market validation. Voter side, 250 million voters in the United States. In Florida, there's 13 million registered voters currently, probably a little bit more now. And just in South Florida, we have 3 million, that includes Miami-Dade County, Broward County, and Palm Beach County. And for candidates, our validation there, we usually think of official elections. We think of people in the government, legislators, school boards, constitutional officers. But we don't really think about the unofficial or non-official folks that are running in office, like student governments, local clubs and Greeks, your sororities and fraternities. You've got HOAs and condo boards, even unions. And those make up a large percentage of folks that are voting every single day. And so our business model is subscription-based. We've also got ancillary fees we can introduce, as well as advertisements on the actual app that candidates would take part in. And this model that I'm showing here is currently, you can see the different subscription bases, bronze, silver, gold, and platinum. And this is a 12-month revenue scale of just 100 actual users. So $279,000 over a 12-month scale with just 100 users. And so the executive leadership team here, I just want to apologize for the 3 ugly bald guys on the left. And we always tell Cindy that she always compliments us. So we thank her for that every single day. Well, we've got several folks on our team that have a very large background and experts in their fields, as well as our leadership advisory board members. We've got folks that are central to Broward County specifically. We've got candidate qualifier retired. We've got folks that are school board related. We have folks that actually teach as adjuncts in Florida State University, a Broward delegation member for the state of Florida, a photojournalist from Sun Sentinel, and another founder of a CEO company that he has himself right now, a software update schedule company. And so to the development specifically, the steps we'll take to get this done is the trademark and copyright first. We've done that in order to preserve our brand. And the prototype also just to make sure that we understand how to move from prototype to app design. We've got that prototype completed already. So now is the development stage of the design and development of the overall transaction that the candidates and users will see. Okay, and now we've got the seed funding requests around right now. We're requesting $100,000 funding opportunity to get the prototype to the MVP discussed. App design, development, and then we want a beta test to the voting public right now. Get that out there in the hands of the folks that can really tell us what's going on with it and hopefully tweak it at the end of that development stage to add additional design. And we know that change is the only constant right now, but sometimes we want to look to the product without having given the process its due. So educate, motivate, participate. Those are our 3 pillars. Best candidate. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Gino. So let's bring back our judges. Hi, so Jane, do you want to kick us off with questions?
Sure. So I'm in the business of gathering information and delivering it. That's what journalists do. So I have a couple of questions.
Sure.
One is, how are you going to ensure the accuracy and complete, that you have a complete slate of candidates and that you have fully accurate vetted information about them? And secondly, what are you going to charge users to use this platform?
Okay, great questions. Thank you. First and foremost is the overall ethics of our platform. We want to use that as our foundation going forward. We know there's fake news out there, things like that, but we're going to not really police this, but our initial process to start up, the very first form that a candidate would sign is an oath of ethics. We know in the state of Florida specifically, candidates do have to sign that, especially in Broward County. It's the first form they sign. We'll also have an opportunity for candidates to sign that form, and the actual badge of honor will be right there next to a profile pic. And so in order to have that profile picture with that badge of honor, that candidate would need to sign that oath. And if you have 2 out of 3 candidates that are doing that versus 1 that decided not to, that raises a little bit of doubt going forward. Well, why didn't this candidate want to just sign off that ethics are going to be a part of their platform? And so that's the first thing. Secondly, the information is gathered straight from the candidate themselves. So they tell us basically based on what we've provided, the specific question application to have specific information about themselves, and also relate that to their profiles they have on their websites. Sometimes they have on Facebook. It'll be information drawn from there. And then they're also comparing other things to other folks as well. So if one person has a picture of their children, they'll put that there. If they've been a college graduate, they'll put that there. So very specific information about every candidate. And then the issues we provide, they'll be able to vote and select whether they agree and disagree with those. So it's not as much as an editorial process, more of a selection process that we put on the actual application. And as far as subscriptions, we have a tier level. And so we have folks that are paying a monthly rate. And usually that's around $49 a month for the candidates themselves. And that would be the official candidates as well as the unofficial candidates. And so that subscription base can be stopped once their candidacy ends. A lot of folks, we know that you have to raise millions and millions of dollars to get in front of folks. And sometimes they can't do that. And unfortunately, that ends their race. Even if they're a great candidate and really can do what they said they're going to do, sometimes that is the reason why they don't get to go on to the next step. And so $49 a month should be a little bit less than what it takes to get in front of folks, especially if it's social media.
And will access then be free for regular people like me with my phone in my hand?
Absolutely. So users are the silver tier and silver users are free. However, you can there's also ancillary things you can add to that. In other words, if you want to start a program in there, a petition, if you will, unfortunately, there's a lot of mask things going out there. So if you want to start a petition about masks or raise issues, whatever currently that's going on in your geographical area, you could actually put podcasts on there. You can make small videos, but those are extra fees that you would pay. Yes.
Thank you. We will see you later.
Okay, great.
And now we're going to bring the next entrepreneur. Okay, so thanks again, Gino. We'll see you in a few minutes.
Thank you.
Thanks, Gino.
So now we're going to bring to the stage Imani Lee with Blackstock Footage. Hi, Imani.
Hi, everyone.
Hi. All right. So whenever you're ready, start sharing your screen.
Okay. Share here and then send.
I'll start timing in 3, 2, 1. Go ahead.
Hi, I'm Imani Lee, professional videographer and founder of Black Stock Footage, the #1 video platform that's focused 100% on Black representation. Through our subscription platform, we're making Black representation easier to include in your video projects. Because of last year's social injustices, my clients requested more Black representation in their videos, but current stock footage sites didn't have enough, which caused me to spend more time and more money searching. Many independent creators, freelancers, advertising agencies, and production companies are all demanding better access to video content that showcases Black people. Quick fact, there's about 50,000 freelance videographers in the US, and almost 70% of them are Caucasian. If we correlate this percentage to the stock footage market, we can clearly see why there's a lack of Black representation. So take a quick look at these tweets from real creators who face the exact same problem that I faced. Our product can be a key solution to thousands of content creators who want better access to video clips focused on Black representation and Black people. We're helping to bridge the gap between Black representation and creative storytelling by creating a more accessible and centralized resource. We are literally empowering the current and next generation of video creators with access to stock footage that amplifies Black representation. Now, as a stock video platform, we're not trying to replace our competitors, but we want to become an essential toolkit in every creator's toolkit, right? So with more options and video clips that showcase the everyday Black experiences and activities of Black people. Now, let's talk about our revenue model. Our revenue model is a two-sided marketplace platform. Our videographers upload the footage, as you can see on the right, and our content creators or our customers, they go ahead and download the footage for a small monthly fee. And to acquire more customers at scale, our goal is to collaborate with social impact organizations by offering more enterprise subscription solutions. Now, based on our research, there's a strong opportunity for our company to enter the stock footage industry. Some of our competitors actually created mini campaigns last year to increase representation or Black representation, but it's still not enough to be an effective solution for content creators in the long term. Now, let's talk about our secret sauce. We've created a simple, innovative search tool called the Hue Selector to help people learn about the many different hues of Black individuals. It's designed for creators who want to be more mindful and intentional when selecting video clips for their projects. So since our formation, less than 2 months ago, we secured our web developers for our beta platform, and we're currently onboarding an advisory board of industry professionals. We've also recruited our first 15 videographers so far, and we have some really exciting news, and you all are the first to publicly know. Guess what? We just received sponsorship from Wyden & Kennedy, one of the largest advertising agencies with clients like Nike, Facebook, and Disney. One of their top-level directors even said, Black stock footage is a terrific business idea and sorely needed. This is the tip of the iceberg, and we're extremely excited for what the future may hold as we reach out to other major companies and advertising agencies. So let's talk about our team. Sabrina is our amazing co-founder and chief communications officer. She'll be managing the day-to-day systems we use to communicate our product, message, and our vision with the world. As the founder, I'm using my MBA education and my creative background to create systems that better align with our social impact and our product offering. I consider myself an authentic leader, and together we're leveraging the power of technology to create a more socially impactful, scalable, and profitable product. We're also growing our advisory board of change makers. These are industry professionals helping us with strategic advice and industry connections. So let's talk about our financials. Here's a quick financial projection based on 2,500 subscribers paying $30 a month for 1 year. Our projected revenue is around $900,000, and we would need about 600 customers to break even. So, ladies and gentlemen, we have the opportunity to not only make history, but with your help, we can create our story. We're looking for brand sponsorships, celebrity endorsements, and things of that nature. If you are interested or know someone who might be, please reach out to us via email at hello@blackstockfootage.io. Thank you all, and together we can bridge the gap between Black representation and creative storytelling.
Awesome, Imani. Thank you so much. So let's go into questions. Mariano, why don't you start us off this time? Wait, I asked Mariano last time. Marcell, you start.
Sure. So this is very cool. So I guess the big question that comes to mind for me is you'd mentioned that there's a percentage of the overall videographer kind of market, the supply side of the market is overwhelmingly Caucasian. And were you suggesting that that's resulted into stock footage that is representative of that group? So I guess my question to you is, how do you expect, what's your plan for scaling up your content library? Do you think that you'll need to acquire on the videographer side, ethnic videographers who would then, kind of contribute more ethnic video content to the platform? Or do you think that there's not that tight of a correlation between the videographer's ethnicity and that you can kind of get more scale by opening up the opportunity to all types of folks on the videography side? Hope that makes sense, but maybe if you can talk a little bit about that piece of it.
Pretty much that's exactly what you're saying. Our goal is to start off by predominantly, we want our videographer contributors to be of an ethnic race, preferably of the Black community. And then we can scale. Right now, as we're onboarding our videographers, they don't have to be of the Black community, but we're encouraging our Black contributors and Black creators to apply so that they can not just have a voice, no pun intended, but have a visual voice to our platform. So that way they're out there, but there's no central that gives them a chance to showcase that content because they're more likely already filming Black or content of Black images and Black people.
Got it. Thank you.
I'm going to jump in and ask a quick question. So I have, in fact, worked with a lot of magazines and other formats, and I would agree wholeheartedly that it's very difficult to get a broad range of images of people of color that are appropriate for use. You're focusing on video. I can figure that out, but
there are platforms for photography or stills for photos, but they are still small. So we want to do video because it hasn't been done before. And then we want to expand to stock photos as well, and also stock music. So video is our first platform. And then as we grow and expand, we will be introducing a stock photography or stills component.
One question is, what are your plans to get the content on your platform? I mean, I really believe that there's a clear need on the market, right? But how fast will you be able to get content and compete with the three major suppliers in this market?
So our goal, we're actually reaching out to our goal is to partner with organizations such as Wieden and Kennedy, who already have access and they have a network of videographers. So our goal is to partner with those agencies to actually recruit some of their videographers, and then also organizations such as HBCUs, which there's a huge upcoming population of videographers. I graduated from USF, go Bulls, and those videographers compared to what I used to film, they're amazing. So we want to give, this platform is giving them a chance. They may not be considered professional, but the images that we are putting out, they're not super, cinematic or high quality in terms of Hollywood, but they're clips that people can download to use for their individual projects. So we're giving our platform is giving them a chance to do that.
Very well. Any last questions? We're good? Awesome. Well, Imani, thank you so much for joining us, and we will see you in a few minutes, okay?
Thank you.
Awesome.
Thanks,
so next up, we have Rochelle Giscombe with Glamo app. Welcome, Rochelle.
Hi, everyone. I'm excited to be here.
Awesome. So whenever you're ready to start, please start sharing your screen.
Most definitely.
I'll start timing you down.
Okay, perfect. Let me know if you guys are seeing my screen.
Yes. All right, go. You can start in 3, 2, 1. Go ahead.
Hi, everyone. My name is Marcell Haywood. I'm the founder and CEO of Glamo. Have you ever had that experience when you're sitting in a barber shop or a beauty salon waiting to get a basic service done? Well, Glamo has a solution for that. Glamo provides you with your own personal stylist in the comfort of your location within minutes of booking through our platform. We provide over 150 different services through our platform to select from that falls under the category of hair installation, makeup, nails, and so much more. Not only that, we also give stylists the opportunity to showcase their work on our platform, getting the opportunity to be their own boss. Our platform is quite easy to use for both stylists and clientele. When you download our platform, you get the opportunity to see all the stylists that are within your area. Once you select the stylist, then you book the stylist, then track the stylist, and then repeat. On the stylist side, stylists love our app. We don't only give them the flexibility to showcase their work, but also the opportunity to see how much they're earning and also work on their own time. Or marketplace. The marketplace that we're tapping at is basically valued at $532 billion market, which is the beauty industry. On average, clients get the opportunity to utilize our platform. Females spend on average of around $4,000 on a year on beauty services. For males, they spend on average of $3,000. Traction, membership, booking fee, affiliation, sponsors, conference. These are our revenue model to date. Partnerships. What would we do without our partnerships? Do we love them? Our partnerships fall under the category of beauty schools, hotels, cruises, sporting events, stylists, influencers, and events. Not to brag, but this is a couple of our stylists, a couple of our partnerships that we have to date. Traction. Wow, traction. We have generated around $500,000 in revenue between the year of 2019 and 2021 with no outside investors. Most new clients that are on our platform is from word of mouth with our little, marketing techniques. We have acquired around 2,000 stylists that signed up to be a part of Glamo, and we have verified around 300 of them in the state of Florida. Investments. We are raising around our seed round, which is $1.5 million we're asking for 10% shares into our company. My team, oh, do I love my team? I'm sorry, I just had to. Do I love my team? You guys know me already. I'm Marcell, the founder and CEO. We have Rami, the COO of Glamo, Dana, the CTO, and Alexia Palmer, which is the CPO. Exciting, isn't it? Well, Glamo aims is to innovate the beauty industry and become that #1 app for beauty on demand with thousands of beauty professionals in each city. Thank you.
Awesome, Marcell. Thank you so much. Wait, are you ready or am I cutting you off?
No, I'm good.
Perfect. Awesome. Thank you for the presentation. All right, who wants to kick us off with questions?
Okay.
I'll start maybe. So I actually caught a glimpse of this slide, but maybe I'll ask you to speak to it. Is there anyone else out there doing this? And how is what you're doing meaningfully different?
Okay, so we do have competitors, which I don't think is competitors, like Glam Squad, we have Booksy and Style Seed, Priv as well. But with what separates us from our competitors is the fact that we're showcasing stylists to clients on our platform. On our competitors' platform, the clients don't know who is coming to them. In addition to that, we're providing a plethora of services that helps not just somebody of my color or our next person's color, but it unifies everybody on our platform. On Glam Squad, for example, they only provide services that goes for people's hair texture of, you know, straight or Caucasian and stuff like that. So we have a larger variety of services on our platform. For Style Seed provides clients with people on their platform, but the only thing is that you still have to go to the salon, which kind of contradicts everything. Yes, so yeah.
Great, thank you. Just one last follow-on question. So in marketplaces, you really have to create a ton of value for the supply side, or they'll work to kind of cut you out of the transaction in the future, right? So my question to you would be, what outside of creating some demand for them or lead gen or what have you, what other value are you creating for the stylist that would entice them to continue to work on your platform?
We have different types that type of way that we are giving stylists the opportunity to stay on our platform. It's not just to earn income, not just by earning income, but we're also giving them the opportunity to be broadcast at a larger level than even Instagram. You get what I'm saying? So people on our platform will basically see them for that particular specific reason, and then they'll get the opportunity to be showcased by thousands of potential clients within the area. Not only that, but stylists also get the opportunity to also set, as I said before, being their own boss. Stylists don't get the opportunity to do that. Right now, stylists are stuck in the salon, getting overcharged monthly with a monthly booking fee of an average of $500 to $1,500 for just that chair. They don't even know if they'll be getting any money on back on their investment. In addition to that, some salons, they also take a commission from each transaction. So that is the reason why our main objective is not just to help clients find a solution, but also to help stylists to know that, on the platform, they can definitely showcase their work and feel good about what they're earning.
I have a question, and it is this. You and I are both women, so forgive us, guys. But how do you ensure safe, and most of your stylists are going to be women, not all certainly.
Yes.
Many of your clients, the majority of your clients are going to be women. How do you ensure safety both for the client and the stylist? Because going into somebody's home can feel a little dicey at times.
Yes, so we have a unique way that we have on our platform where everybody that signs up, it's not just on the stylist side where we run background check and all these things. Everybody that signs up, they have to show their ID. Not only that, but just to keep a rights mindset, we give both clients and stylists on our platform a safety button. If there's something going on that they feel like is a little bit off, they get the opportunity to call 911 or call a friend or family that they can confide in right away.
Hey, I have one question regarding one market that you mentioned is the tourists.
Yeah.
Let's say I arrive to Miami. I need to have my mani-pedi done. I'm new to the city. How it's not how I find someone within your app, but how do I find your app? How do I know that Glamo exists?
Good question. And that is the reason why I said, oh, I love my partnership so much. This is a problem that many are facing right now into the hotel industry. So it's quite easier for us to partner up with the hotels. So with this partnership that we currently have with hotels, they don't just let people go in the concierge area and just take up a flyer about Glamo, hopefully, but they basically put us on their platform, their concierge platform, and also on their room key as well with our, so that's how people end up knowing a little bit more about Glamo through the hotel industry and through our partnerships with them. And
thank you, Michelle.
Oh God, I was about to
Sorry, we're over time. Thank you. We'll see you later, okay?
Okay, thank you.
All right, so coming up next, we have Belinda Basti with Coco Berna.
Hello, welcome. My name is Belinda Coco Basti Ephraim. I am a she, her, and I am the founder and CEO of Coco Berna, West African Beauty and Wellness.
Welcome, Belinda.
Hello.
Whenever you're ready to start sharing screen, go ahead. And now time.
Okay. One moment. Let's try this. Are you able to see my screen?
We see the screen, but not the presentation yet.
Okay. Okay, perfect. Okay.
Perfect. All right. I'll start timing in 3, 2, 1. Go ahead.
Thank you. Hello, welcome to Coco Berna. So a lot of the cosmetics out there that are targeted to women of multicultural heritage tend to have a lot of toxic hormone disruptors in them to address certain issues that are specific to us, such as pigmentation issues, or maybe it's hair dye issues that then end up losing our hair and destroying our skin. And so the global beauty wellness industry really hasn't done a good job of committing the resources to support women of multicultural heritage from a holistic, natural standpoint. If you go to a local beauty store, a lot of the products have inferior quality products, ingredients in them. A lot of them have chemicals that are not otherwise found in similar products that are marketed to women that are not of color. And we bring this mission and vision into our business model to help them release stress, anxiety, and inflammation so they feel great and really feel good inside out. So we actually have tangible products. These are trade secreted, natural, organic, biodynamically active ingredients that we import from West Africa, as well as here in the United States. We found out during COVID, we had to reassess our entire supply chain. So we've been able to also now source ingredients here in the United States. So obviously, aspiration and inclusivity is built into our business model. This customer is projected to $3.3 trillion buying power in 2023. These are actual pictures of our current customers right now. So we started with our therapeutic skincare products. Coco Berna has 6 skincare products. This is our face oil. That is our #1 bestseller. It currently retails at $135 a bottle. Then we have our tisanes, which are herbal teas for immunity and wellness. These actually retail for $120. And they're made of premium whole leaf, certified organic, leaves, bark, stems, more from a medicinal perspective. And these are actually one of our top sellers as well. So our go-to-market strategy is really direct to consumer. So through our e-commerce website, as well as aligning with the right retail partners and high-touch omni-channel. So where we interact with customers in person, either through our pop-ups or, on our website. Our average order value right now is $248.34. We've had about 40 orders to date, and we just launched this year. Currently, we have a returning customer rate of about $14.29%, excuse me. Our current retail partner that we have launched on board is Sanctua. Sanctua is a wellness marketplace for BIPOC women and men in terms of health, wellness, and beauty. Our 3 milestones are really customer acquisition, validate product market fit, grow month-on-month revenue, increase our customer retention rate, as well as scale our traction. The market opportunity is humongous, but we are actually focused right now on a $1.2 billion market opportunity. The market landscape, as you can see, I have pegged us against Goop because Goop really focuses more on Caucasian women and Coco Berna focuses on women of all multicultural heritage. We are initially seeking a $1 million seed investment opportunity to use for 18-month runway. That seed investment opportunity will yield a pre-revenue investor IRR of about 48%. It would allow us to target large and sustainable US market with strong global growth potential. Plus, we own our own trade secret formulas across multiple wellness lifestyle categories. I am the founder and CEO of Coco Berna. I am a she, her. Obviously, as I mentioned, I own the catalog of proprietary formulas, and I really wanted to create what I want to experience as a consumer. Thank you so much for having me. Thank you, and welcome to Coco Berna.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Belinda. All right.
Thank you.
Ask some questions.
Do you have any retail partnerships already in place, or do you have any in the works that you feel confident are going to come to fruition?
I'm currently in talks, and so they're still early with a large retailer nationwide, but that probably won't come into fruition towards the end of the year. They really want to see how I do in terms of continued traction and customer engagement. And so that's something that we're going to be working on this summer.
And you said you have 40 orders to date. Over what time period, and how did those people come to you? What was your, how'd you engage them as customers?
That's a great question. So one of the things that we've been doing is doing pop-ups. As you know, especially luxury skincare, it's such a high touch retail experience. And so they want to meet the founder, they want to test the products. And so that's how we've really been successful in that, utilizing that channel. And then what happens is that we now see the return rate on the e-commerce side. So they come back and then they just go ahead and order online. I don't know if that answers your question.
How long have you actually been?
Yes.
Make your first thing.
Yes, we actually launched February 2021, and our average sales. So usually most people buy 2 or more products. So our average order value is about $248 and change.
Well, Belinda, I don't know much about the luxury skincare market, as you can tell. I could probably use 1 or 2 products. But I think what's got my attention is the price point. And I'm wondering, I guess 2 questions. How does your price point compare to other luxury skincare product lines? And then the second question would be, do you think with scale, would you be able to significantly reduce the price point on the products that you're currently bringing to market?
Yes. So one of the things that, women of multicultural heritage, we actually have a really high buying power. We buy luxury goods, whether they're shoes, handbags, but we're not really good about our skincare because we just really don't know enough. And a lot of the products that are out there don't really have an education component. So that is something that I do when I meet people in person and also on our website as well. I started doing master classes for my customers and just really trying to educate them on how to use luxury skincare goods, which they've been embracing, which number one has actually, to your point, been surprising. However, I don't think I will be reducing my price points because I feel that there is a white space for Black-owned brands and being able to service ourselves in that space. That's why I peg myself to people like Goop, like companies like Goop or La Mer. You know, even though their cost has come down, the price point still remains the same.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Mariano, any questions?
Yeah. Something about Adobe appeared on my screen. Oh, okay. So mentioning Goop, it was really interesting because I saw this direct comparison between you and Goop or La Mer. How they are scaling based on the brand of the owners. How will you scale? What's your plan to build your brand?
Thank you for that question, Mariana. Obviously, I am not Gwyneth Paltrow. So I do intend to do this organically, slowly, and authentically. One of the things that, that she does really well is really going across different categories. And that is really what I'm going to try and do in order to holistically serve my customer. At first we started with skincare, but now we have the teas, and then we're going to have body care, which I actually already have 2 products in that category. And then we're going to do hair serums coming up. We're going to do a scalp serum toward the end of this year. And so being able to service the customer across different multiple categories is something that I know that nobody else has really done a good job of except her. However, I feel like I can do a better job just more authentically, which a lot of women of multicultural heritage, they want to engage, they want to support. They see that I am, exhibiting something that is more elevated. Mariano, if you understand, most Black women, when we have to go buy our skincare, it's to the dollar store, right? The ingredients are horrible. They harm our skin. They don't nourish our hair. Our hair follicles, don't grow anymore because of the traction alopecia. So it's a lot of, but these are the same women who are going to go shop at Neiman Marcus or Bergdorf Goodman and buy their handbag. So, but there is nothing there serving them for skincare or for anything holistic beauty and wellness. So I feel that Coco Berna meets that gap. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Benita. We'll see you later, okay?
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
So now we're going to bring to the stage Brandon Chance with Loan My Soul. Hey, Brandon.
Hey, everyone. Can you see my screen?
Yes. Just got to put it full screen. Perfect. All right. I'll start timing you in 3, 2, 1. Go ahead.
Hi, I'm Brandon Chance, founder and CEO of Loan My Soul, the first rental marketplace community for sneakerheads, allowing individuals like myself who love sneakers to monetize their collection and experience more pairs. Fun fact, making money off of sneakers has never been more popular. It is the Gen Z paper route. It is such a popular first foray into entrepreneurship that there are close to double the amount of users on the top 2 sneaker reselling platforms than total high school students in the United States. Sadly, availability for top models has fell off a cliff as tech-savvy resellers gobble up intentionally scarce supply and prices responsively have went to the moon. The sneaker game has changed dramatically over the past 5 years. The rise of reselling has moved sneakers towards alternative asset and away from expression of style. This has caused extreme changes in the behavior of those lucky enough to obtain these items and alienation between entrepreneurs and enthusiasts. Enter Loan My Soul. We are a market-efficient destination joining owners who want to both monetize their popular items and still get to own and experience them, with renters who want to also experience these items without the cost spent, the time spent, and the frustration that is the current status quo as sneakers have gone from cult culture to pop culture. Only registered users can transact on the Loan My Soul marketplace, and transaction performance, i.e. what condition an item was returned, is utilized to grade users. This rating, known as a friend level, determines access, costs, and perks. Condition ratings and item security amounts also protect the community. So just sneaker reselling is currently a $2 billion business and is estimated to be $6 billion within 5 years and $30 billion by the year 2030. At the same time, clothing rentals have also become a $2 billion business. Loan My Soul is finally merging these two growing phenomena. Here's how we make money. Loan My Soul takes a percentage of every transaction between two users. In addition, we currently rent out our own products, earning 100% of that transaction revenue. We also have a subscription service for users who want exclusive access and pricing. We are early on this, but it is coming. And in hindsight, it will look obvious. Sneakers have reached the mainstream. The sharing economy and entrepreneurship as a whole are more popular than ever. Social consciousness and awareness about waste in the fashion industry has never been higher, and sneaker lovers are having terrible experiences every week and have never felt lower. Our potential competition are all platforms that do not currently have a rental community and all contribute to the problems we are looking to solve. We feel being first in this space, leaders of the experience revolution, allows us to grab the millions of consumers who are facing the same problems and are begging for a change all over social media every single week. Finding the open ears, who up to this point were hopeless, hasn't been hard. Converting them to users has been effective through in-person and digital efforts. Actually, if you look closely at this slide, on the bottom left, you can spot yours truly introducing Loan My Soul at our first sneaker convention post-COVID. In 8 hours that day, we increased our user base 110%. Since launching our beta early this year, over 1,000 sneakerheads have decided to be a part of the revolution. We're growing our user count by 40% month over month. GMV is growing 35% month over month. And our match rate, which is the percentage of owners who find a renter for their item, is at 90%. Currently, we are beginning our fundraise to accomplish hiring key team members, deploying our marketing strategy, and incentivizing power suppliers onto the platform with their key inventory. We know having a team of lifelong sneakerheads that have experienced firsthand being roped off from these products we love is an advantage. We're children of immigrants, born and raised in the Miami they don't show you in the Super Bowl commercials. In short, we're resourceful hustlers that haven't been handed a thing. Hopefully, you decide to join us in bringing the culture back to the culture through Loan My Soul. Thank you.
Awesome. Thanks so much, Brandon. So questions, Marcell, do you want to start off?
Sure. So Brandon, great pitch. So I'm trying to couch my question here because I'm not a sneakerhead, but I know that community is so incredibly passionate about the collection of sneakers. And I don't want to ask the question that someone may have asked Chechki when he was starting Airbnb, but it's like the thing that I can't get out of my mind is, have you gotten any feedback on the thought of other people's feet in your shoes? And it feels kind of like bowling shoes for me as a non-sneakerhead, right? So I guess my question is, have you gotten that feedback? Is there something different about sneakerheads where they're willing to take risks on that side of things where someone not as passionate about sneakers might not be willing to?
That's a great question. And that stopped me from starting this company 10 years ago. The culture has moved towards this, right? So vintage clothing, reselling shoes is supremely popular and it's only growing, like I mentioned. So wearing other individual shoes, because they are the hottest shoes and they are unavailable to you and otherwise, there are no kind of qualms about that. There are no hesitation about that with sneakerheads anywhere. And it's growing to vintage clothing as well. So with renting men's clothes. So that stopped me from starting this 10 years ago. But with sneakerheads today, as you can see, reselling sneakers is going to be a $30 billion business by 2030. That is just not new sneakers. That is used sneakers, right? So there's a term very near DS. So shoes that have been worn, but they still look new. That is a popular kind of designation for sneakers.
Thank you.
And they sell for, sorry, one last point for that. They sell for 300% over what they sold for retail used. So
I'm going to chime in here and say that I am a passionate user of ThredUp, which is, So I got over my own willies about this a long time ago. But Brandon, how much are you renting these for? What's the range of rental?
Right. So our most popular product right now is a shoe that released for $195 about 6 years ago. It sells for about $1,600 right now, brand new, and it's very hard to get. That shoe rents, that model rents pretty often, and that model rents for about $150 for a 4-day rental. So we're talking about someone thinking about buying the shoe for about $1,700 to wear it once or twice, or just to take a picture of it, or to rent it for $150, $170, whatever the owner sets, to enjoy it, to actually experience it.
And that's what I was going to ask you. The length of rental is 4 days?
4 days right now. We will want to extend that at some point, but right now, just to keep everything simple, it's 4-day rentals.
Brandon, and
yes,
I'm a sneakerhead. You know, I'm the kind of person that was thinking how this will impact the price on StockX. You know, how you will end up impacting the prices that I'm paying, because sneakers is the worst app ever, okay? And I never get a drop. But two things. One is I really loved Marcell mentioning of Airbnb and how do you plan to change, I mean, how do you plan to market your process on how I will receive your sneakers, how will I take care of it, how will I disinfect and clean and whatever it is that you make? Is this a process that you already have in place? Is this something that will take up a lot of your cost? Is this scalable enough?
Well, yeah, a few parts to that question. So first, we want to educate our renters on the front end, the process of all the sneakers, and we want to make sure we protect both sides of the marketplace. We want to make sure our renters receive authentic shoes, which is a big issue, and we want our owners to be comfortable that their shoes are getting treated well. So all of the items pass through us through Loan My Soul, right? For authentication and protection of both sides. But what we are doing to the marketplace, we are fixing the marketplace. We are turning the sneakers, which have been turned to alternative assets. We're trying to lower that price and educate the consumers that there is another option. So the biggest challenge we've had so far is educating these owners that think the only thing they can do with these sneakers is put them on StockX, put them on GOAT, and never see them again. They've gone through all that trouble to get them, then to resell them. They never get to wear them. They never get to use them. Now we're educating them that they can put it on our platform, make money off of them, and then whenever they decide that they want to experience them themselves, they can call it back and they can wear it again, or they can sell it in the future. So we think that it will bring down the market, the price for sneakers, and actually have less sneakers being made, right? And make it a more.
Before Rebecca says that I'm on time.
Sorry.
One question: How do you plan to handle your stock? I mean, how do you plan to manage your logistics?
Right. So we have.
I really want to be sure that my sneakers that
yes.
are an investment sometimes are not degraded.
Yeah, so it's a facility that we have that hopefully at some point we will grow. Every time there's a transaction, we update the owner with pictures and descriptions of what's happened to the sneaker and if they would like to call it back. And if anything has happened to the sneaker, they have the right to whatever protection amount they set.
All right, Brandon, thank you so much. Mariano was reading my mind already. He knew
I knew it. I knew you were coming.
Brandon, thank you so much, and we'll see you later, okay?
All right, thank you.
So coming up next, we have Joy Elmore with Miami 360.
Hi, everyone.
All right, so whenever you're ready, start sharing screen, and then I'll tell you done.
All right, can you see me?
Yes, perfect. All right, go ahead in 3, 2, 1.
Hi, my name is Joy Elmore, and I am the CEO and app creator of the Miami 360 app. I am a Miami native and also a South Florida small business owner. When I developed the app, I wanted to give an authentic scope to tourists and let them explore the real Miami. I also wanted my app to be geared by local recommendations. But most importantly, I wanted to push small businesses to the forefront by increasing their revenue and giving them more exposure. As you know, tourists come to Miami from all over the world, but usually they get here, they don't know what to do or where to go. They tend to stick around their hotels and do the tourist thing. And they have this big misconception that Miami is South Beach, and we all know that that is not the case. And as a local, even though we're always here, our counties are so widespread that it's easy for us not to know what's going on right next door from us. But what's dear to my heart is our small businesses. We struggle a lot competing against the big, large chains of companies, especially the moms and pops. If they're not modernized and they're not tech savvy and they're not willing to TikTok their way to popularity. So what's our solution? So we want to give our app that's going to give a clear channel of communication for all three. We want tourists to be able to have a feel of a local tour guide right in their back pocket. We want our locals to keep us in the loop and also gain access for themselves, knowing what's going on around the city. And we want our businesses to benefit the most. Some businesses don't have the capability to own apps. So what do? We give them our app features. Well, we market them and market their products for them and doing things that they possibly would have never known that they can do in today's world with a mobile application. Now, what sets us apart? Despite the similarities that you may see, our features is what sets us apart. We don't want our people to get on our app like our competitors, get what they need from us and get off. No, we want to build community. Our direct text notification markets to thousands in seconds with just one click. And what's most important for us is our geofencing capability that we haven't seen before. When a user touches down from an airport, it will ping our servers. We will be able to direct market a business that is close to them and gear them in the whole way through to download the app, stay on the app, and keep it moving. Our social rooms and social walls are there so that the community can spread the word to each other, and they will be able to give the information that's needed with one touch of a button. So our business model, it may seem vast, but it is very simple. We broke it down into fundamental elements that show that our app performance quality and a strong community engagement will give us the successful retention that we need by building community. This app, just to simply put, is built by the community for the community. People like to be involved in giving solutions. And they typically stay active when they know that their voices are heard and that they're given a platform to be sponsored on, which is us. So traction. We began designing our app back in 2019, but we didn't go public with it until January of 2021. And here's the kicker. We did this with no marketing campaign. Now, I know you're wondering why in the world would you do that? Because we wanted an organic response from our users. We wanted the community to let us know that there was a need for our app, and we wanted to see how well word of mouth truly worked. And in less than 6 months with no marketing campaign, we acquired 500 downloads, near 900 social media followers, 14 business subscriptions, 22 suggestion box submissions, 5 virtual tours, and we've been featured in 3 publications. Now, our growth strategy is pretty simple. We want to acquire users, we want to keep our users, and we want to stay competitive. Now, our 3 main points, of course, to get our users. We want online marketing and SEO campaigns, because we didn't do that yet. So we need a successful online and marketing SEO campaign. And we want to push our geofencing capability to know exactly where our users are at all times. And that works so well for businesses because wherever they're located, if they're in a vicinity of a business that is subscribed to us, we will ping them and say, hey, are you in the mood for pizza? Hey, do you want to get your hair done here? It's like gold.
Joy, we need to move to Q&A, okay?
Okay.
Thank you. All right, do you want to say very quick your community ask?
Sure. Our community ask is to get investors so that we can vastly and properly market the app. We're looking for partnerships, of course, with hotels and anybody in the tourist industry and photographers. But we're also very eager on finding high school seniors and college interns so that we can learn if they're willing to learn code in the tech industry.
Thank you. Jane, do you want to start us off?
Sure. So I think the question I've got is around your revenue model. You've actually had really impressive traction, given the fact that you've done no marketing. But what's it cost me as a business to be on this app? And then how are you making money? And is there a charge to the audience?
Yes, so we provide monthly and quarterly. We give them an option of subscriptions for businesses that are on the app, and they can range from $25 a month up into $80 a month, depending on what they're needing from us. And then we also have in-app advertisements that run throughout the app where different businesses, even if it's not anything to do with travel, we can run commercials and we make money that way as well. And then on the back end with our social media, we have a fee for that as well for social media promotion. So there's a few different revenue streams that we have.
And have you done projections around, at what point you're going to benchmark a number of users versus break even?
Yes, so we are looking to break even based off of our projections, maybe by mid of 2022, as long as we keep it going. We did see, we have 14 subscriptions right now, but that is just those are people that are willing to sign up until we actually launch our SEO campaign. So right now we're just basically just multiplying that and to see if we actually reach our goal with mid 2022.
How many subscribers, business subscribers, would you need to reach goal?
About 300.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Hey, Joy. So this is a problem that's near and dear to my heart. Every time my wife and I travel somewhere, we're always trying to find out how we can get in touch with the local flavor of things, right? And get out of all the touristy stuff and do the things that locals are doing. So love this. I guess my big question is there's lots of dollars chasing the tourists, right? Especially into Miami. Do you have a feel or a strategy around how to get get your voice heard amongst prospective users as they're coming to visit our city?
Yes, we actually have a couple meetings set up for billboards that are coming from people getting off of 595 at Fort Lauderdale Airport and as well as Miami International Airport, and also trying to get our billboard inside of the airport. But as I mentioned before, we do have a geofencing capability where it will ping us when these people actually come into town and we know exactly where they are. And we want to partner as well with hotels, people that are big in the tourism industry, people that have podcasts and are influencers for food and beverage. So we are working on getting those campaigns and those partnerships with a lot of people that are involved in the industry currently.
All right, perfect. Well, thank you so much, Joy, for joining us.
Thank you.
All right, now we have 2 companies left. So I would love to bring to the stage Philip Lelavoie with Realty View. Philip?
Hi, sorry about that. Should I be starting my video or?
Yes, please.
It says you cannot start your video because the host has stopped it.
Let me see. All right, there you go. Perfect.
Okay, thank you so much. Hello, everybody. My name is Philip, CEO of RealtyView.
Actually, Philip, I'm so sorry. I made a mistake. I'm so sorry. I skipped the company. I'm so sorry. Oh my goodness.
Okay.
I'll bring you back in a few minutes. Yes, yes,
All
yes.
right.
Laura. Oh my goodness. So I'd like to bring to stage Laura Borland with PodPick. Laura, please don't kill me.
Thank you so much.
All right. Whenever you're ready to start sharing screen.
Sure. Let me know. Hold on.
Perfect. All right.
All right.
Go ahead.
Okay, 3, 2, 1. Hi, everyone. My name is Laura Borland, and I'm the president and co-founder of PodPick. 1 in 10 packages have issues. 1 in 10 packages is either lost, stolen, damaged, or misdelivered. 1 in 10. And you know what that 1 in 10 equates to in annual insurance claims? $31 billion. $31 billion paid out automatically because no one has the time or the evidence to investigate. Frankly, with 75 million packages delivered daily in the US and increasing 11% year over year, coupled with package tracking providing little to no insight, it's probably not worth the manpower to fight it. $31 billion wasted. As a former quality engineer, with that kind of waste, I would shut down production. I would want to know where my failure points are and quickly. I would want to know from the time your order has been shipped through transfer points to the final email stating your order has been delivered, what happened? Why? So that we can fix it. So that we can stop the 10%, $31 billion bottom line hemorrhaging once and for all. And that's why we created PodPick. PodPick is the only end-to-end photographic proof of tracking app, creating a digital storyboard from inception to final delivery of a package's journey to the buyer. With benefits include, by providing photographic proof of shipment through to proof of delivery, PodPick protects the supply chain. How? From being wrongfully charged for loss and damage claims with a monthly subscription, which in turn reduces insurance premiums and fraudulent claims, all while improving quality and delighting customers. From the retailer sending the buyer a photo showing their order and how it's packed, to the delivery agent showing the condition of the package upon pickup, to the logistics company showing proof of the quality of package handling, everyone saves money, all while updating the buyer throughout the journey. With 75 million packages delivered daily and increasing 12% annually, we know the opportune time for PodPick is now. Even when we take shipping protection as our serviceable obtainable market, that small segment, it is still well over $1 billion for us to target. So PodPick has multiple revenue streams, from monthly subscriptions to SaaS and licensing. PodPick has numerous revenue streams with healthy returns. And our customer acquisition and break-even metrics are low and can be easily achieved. With our app being launched in July, we believe that we will be profitable this year, enough to recoup our initial investment of $45,000. And with such a timely product as PodPick, we are open to investment. We're attractive to an investor as we are entirely self-funded, have zero debt, currently in beta testing, and have begun the process of securing intellectual property, including trademarks for the name PodPick and the process patent for the PodPick process. And this is our team. It's just me and Sean. We represent all of PodPick and are the ultimate leadership team and the yin yang, right? So I have experience in logistics and in quality. Sean is telecommunications and kind of my, the creativity buzz thing. And he helps me also with the legal aspects. But as a team, we're very open and receptive, and we quickly respond to any queries related to our business. So invest in PodPick because one picture replaces 1,000-word packing slip. One picture exonerates you and your brand's reputation from mishandling and pilfering claims. One picture excites and delights customers. One picture can save you thousands of dollars in insurance payments and returns. PodPick, package tracking reimagined. Thank you, and I look forward to your questions.
Awesome. Thank you, Laura. Laura, who would like to start first? Mariano, why don't you go ahead?
Great. Hey, Laura.
Hi.
One question. When you, and this is related to technology, is there any kind of image processing on the pictures that you are taking, or is it just a proof of delivery, or a proof of that the box is okay and that's it?
Okay, so it's a little, it works differently depending on who the user is. So initially, if you're a shipper, for instance, what you want to do is to provide what's inside the box. So a photograph before sealing the box, and actually an outside shot showing the condition of the package. That is sent to the customer as a push notification. The idea is hopefully we get enough of retailers along with logistics companies doing the buy-in as well. And then also to that last mile delivery agent to each update at each transfer point. I think that ultimately helps to exonerate, or at least identify from a quality perspective, where those failure points are. So they're stored on our platform as thumbnails, easily retrievable, and also available for, with cloud storage for retrieval for augmenting insurance claims.
Great. Laura, is this happening? Oh, sorry, Jane, go ahead.
Marcell.
Oh, okay. I was just curious, in terms of, is this, I guess it's structured as a mobile app, is that right? And each person's responsible for taking the photo. Have you given any thought to the fact that the cost structure of logistics packaging companies and shipping companies is tied to the production rates of the people doing the picking? And this hypothetically would slow down their productivity in the warehouse, especially if they're picking hundreds or thousands of items over the course of a shift across a small team. That would be my first question. The second question is, what's your thought around how robotics is now becoming increasingly more introduced into those environments? And do you think there's a place for your company, despite kind of the robotics revolution in logistics?
I love what you just said, because the first part of it is we have 4 basic streams of revenue, and one is really targeted with a monthly subscription for the smaller businesses, the Etsy's of the world, just so that they can be protected, because a return for them, they have to sell 5 more of those products to recoup the cost of what they've lost. The second aspect of it is we are keeping an open interface so that we can integrate into current CRM systems. The idea is it more cost effective to not take a picture and just consistently pay that insurance claim, or to truly put a cap on this and stop absorbing, these practically, you don't know whether or not you're right or wrong, but you're just simply paying it out just because of sheer volume. So then it becomes a quality assessment. And whether or not, you want to stop the hemorrhaging, is $31 billion enough for you? And is there a way to kind of encapsulate that and say, okay, let's get to something that's a little bit more tenable?
Gotcha, thank you.
Laura, how does your app, does it address the issue of theft after it lands on my doorstep? My Ring and my next door Riviera feeds are full of so-and-so stole stuff off my porch. So a lot of times the loss is coming at the end, and Amazon, which I use, just bites the cost.
They sure do.
They just bite that cost. So how do you address that?
There is truly no discernible way to address that. And I'll share with you, in my other life, I have another app called Village, which deals with precisely that, is using neighbors to secure your packages in their homes so that it's not left outside for damage claims or missed deliveries. The premise of it is that there's really no true way to mitigate what happens after Amazon drops it at your door. But it's crazy to me that they would just simply replenish what you saved. They're working on an honor system at this point. just taking your word that, okay, it isn't there, so therefore let's just send out another one. But what's the actual cost to the retailer? And I think the entire industry, that whole e-commerce space, really needs a reevaluation of what it means to be in the supply chain business, and can we truly look at the true points of failures so that we can all save money.
And how many customers have you lined up to date?
Okay, so my app launches next month. So we're currently in beta testing.
Okay.
Awesome, Laura. Thank you so much for joining us.
Oh, thank you.
All right, so next up, this time we'll have the correct person. We'll bring Philip back with Realty View.
Thank you so much, Rebecca.
Of course, so go ahead and start sharing your screen.
Are you able to see the presentation?
I'll start timing you in 3, 2, 1, go ahead.
Great. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Philip, and I'm co-founder and CEO of Realty View. As you all may remember, 2008 was a rough year for most homeowners. During this correction, home values plummeted by 33%. The pandemic had the opposite effect, and buyer demand caused some home values to surge as high as 32%. The real estate market can move in unpredictable ways, and we believe that home prices and offer amounts should be based on proactive analysis versus reactive analysis. That's why our vision is to become the first company to provide real-time offer data in real estate. The problem is that the average total time from listing a property to accessing the sold data is 78 days. This means that realtors are pricing listings and submitting offers based on 2 to 3 month old data. Realty View will provide realtors with an offer exchange platform where buyer and seller agents can send and receive offers inside of one central platform. By capturing this offer data, we'll finally be able to live chart the real estate market. In addition to our offer management platform, we also provide agents with a full suite of productivity tools, historical data, and of course, our real-time market analysis suite. Ultimately, after capturing over 60% of an individual market, we'll be able to live chart the data of that market and produce pricing data with greater accuracy than Zillow's estimate. This will allow realtors to list homes more accurately and stay ahead of the market when submitting offers. There are over 2 million licensed real estate agents and brokers in the United States, with roughly 1.5 million of them belonging to an MLS. Additionally, the data from Realty View can benefit appraisers, investors, lending institutions, and media outlets. Real estate transactions are largely dependent on the authority of the listing agent. By appealing to the listing agent, multiple buyer agents will then by default become users of Realty View. When those buyer agents take a listing, then they will be in a position to receive offers via Realty View. The growth loop continues. We'll also continue to partner with MLSs to establish a direct integration, which would enable us to acquire users in large. Our aggressive growth loop structure and ongoing MLS partnerships enable Realty View to rapidly capture a lion's share of real estate agents nationwide. We currently have 220 beta users, and by the end of the year, we will have finalized our first major MLS agreement, bringing our user count to over 47,000 members. The primary founders are myself as CEO, with almost 13 years of real estate transaction experience, and Joshua, who has over 13 years of experience as a full stack developer and has most recently served in a leadership position at a major company. Realty View is looking to connect with industry experts and influential realtors who can help us grow into the industry standard. We also welcome inquiries from individual and institutional investors who believe in the importance of real estate market data as much as we do. Thank you.
Thank you, Philip. Let's go into questions. Marcell, do you want to go first?
Sure. So I had a business. We were approaching the market with a company a few years back, and saw obviously a big opportunity here for kind of consolidating a lot of the transactional data to get better insights and run analytics on top of it. And we found it very difficult to convince everyone to transact in the same way on the same platform. So my question for you, Philip, is have you given any thought to what the honey is, or the honeypot is, that would really encourage everyone to ditch their internal processes or ways of transacting and start using your platform instead? Absolutely. So first and foremost, we use a data-first approach and mindset. That means that we're not charging, $20 a month as a subscription fee. What we're looking to do is reduce friction at all costs. So we will have some premium features in there if the agent chooses to upgrade, but everything that was in this presentation will be available for free to the agent, just to reduce the friction. Additionally, these direct partnerships with the MLSs will allow the entire MLS, all the agents from that entire MLS, to have access to our platform, again, because we are using a data-first approach.
So,
thank you.
2 questions then. One, if you were to rate the current talks that you're having with an MLS on a likelihood of 1 to 10 that deal is actually going to get done, where would you ballpark it?
So how confident am I that the deal will get done?
Yes.
Okay, so the agreement has already been countersigned. What we're waiting on is we have some technical requirements as part of the agreement that we have to fulfill. So once that's done, that should be done in the next 2 to 3 weeks.
Okay.
And then we'll be able to go live.
That's very encouraging. And then the second question is, how are you going to make money?
So, as I said before, the individual agent, because we're still open to individual agents instead of only going through MLSs, they'll be able to control their account, and there will be premium features that they can add on. They can pay for additional apps and integrations if they choose. That way they can customize their stack. But as a platform at a base layer, where we are free. So that would be the first route of monetization. The second route is after we're able to capture a certain percentage of data, we would then package that data and through data licensing, offer that to bigger institutions and companies.
Okay, and then the last quick question is, I can see a real need for this kind of data. I cover this very closely. I can see a real need for this kind of data at moments like this where prices are skyrocketing minute to minute. I can see it in 2008, where I was also covering this, when it was dropping minute to minute. But most of the time, the market's not quite that volatile. So am I going to want this or am I going to care about this data in normal market time?
Well, I believe markets all, for the most part, work independently of each other. What's happening in Manhattan is not what's happening in San Francisco. So you're gonna have your micro movements, of course, and there's not always a major event that will shift the market 30%. But that's the beauty of the platform, is that wherever the market is going, we would be able to tell.
Philip, how do the brokerages play into this? Do they have their own data analytics on their own transactions that they use to create some competitive advantage in markets where they have density, transactional density? I guess that would be my first question. I guess that's the only question. Like, how do they play into this, and are they open to being helped in this regard?
How will brokers benefit from the platform? So we haven't started development yet on our what we call broker view, which will allow the broker to accept agents underneath their platform. So there will be some sort of hierarchy, and of course we're going to enable some features for teams as well. So there will be a hierarchy that allows you to have a complete overview of the analytics, transactions, obviously commission structures, etc. So we are offering a full productivity suite. For the brokers, we are encouraging them to sign up so that way they can have an overview of their business. And we also, we believe that they would reciprocate, because we're making their lives easier with the broker view component. They would also encourage their agents to fully utilize the platform as well. And we haven't decided, this may not be a premium feature.
Even when you don't have to be a member of the National Association of Realtors, do you see a chance to make a partnership with them?
We've thought about it. The National Association of Realtors in itself is is obviously the top of the food chain when it comes to the other realtor organizations. There are currently about 1,200 associations and 600 MLSs. So as far as creating a national partnership, what we've seen, the way they move is they would most likely tell us to interact directly with the smaller entities, just historically speaking, based on the other tech partnership that they have. But we're not closed-minded to it. It's just that we haven't really seen them engage with a tech company directly.
And they have, and sorry to make a follow up on this. They have a early stage fund for these kind of companies, and I was wondering if you have thought about that.
I have NAR Reach. It's a fantastic fund. We missed the deadline this year to apply. But we would definitely consider it for next year when it opens up again.
All right, thank you, Philip.
Thank you, everybody.
All right, so we're going to our last presenter of the day, last but not least, Samela Watson with Sabea. All right, Samela, so whenever you're ready to start sharing screen, go ahead. You're muted, okay? All right, I'll start timing you. Perfect.
Now I'm not muted. Okay, right. You can hear me now?
Yeah, 3, 2, 1, go ahead.
Perfect. Sabea helps offer your guests more than a place to sleep. Imagine launching your very own short-term rental, of course, to make extra income. And in the process, after just 2 months of hosting, you get excited and you're ready to do more. Simply make more money, offer more services, and engage more with your customers. But then you begin to wonder how you're going to make this happen when the large OTAs are controlling your guest experience. So you get to doing some digging and trying to understand what you can do. And you come across an app by the name of Sabea. And while looking at this app, you start believing, wow, I can actually host easier, increase my revenue streams, and give my customers what they need on demand. This seems like an easy win for you, right? So you begin to take the journey and start partnering with Sabea. Hi, I'm Samela, and I am the founder of Sabea. And in the process of creating our guest experience system, we wanted to lead with the traveler in mind first. We wanted to ensure that we put all of the luxuries of travel at their fingertips. Studies have shown that 78% of people are more than happy to pay premium prices for premium services and experiences. I'm part of that 78%. Are you? Some of our early customers are using our product, which is the guest app, in the dashboard. One of our customers in particular, just by placing a kayak rental in her app, is making $30 per guest with this app. And then we're also seeing some of our early users, beta users, increase their engagement by 17% with internal reviews and ratings. Our short-term rental market is driving in over $100 billion in counting, and that's looking to continue to grow over the next few years, probably about 7% or more. But we believe with Sabea, if we focus on that 40% of hosts who's managing 20 or fewer units, we can potentially obtain 2% of that market share, and that still puts us at about an $800 million range. Sabea is currently a B2B SaaS subscription model, and with our current model, we're focusing on projections that looks upwards of $5 million within the next 3 years. With just $80,000 of my personal savings, we've been able to develop and deploy our technology. We do have a few early paying customers who were excited to actually book our premium package. And then we have a sales pipeline with partnerships that is going to get us just at about $3K with month-over-month revenue. So you may be asking yourself, why are we talking about a travel company and it's still the pandemic? The true answer is revenge travel. People are excited and willing to throw their money in the air. They're ready to travel. Actually, 173 million people are planning to travel this summer. 70% of property managers are small business owners and are looking for ways to increase and enhance their services as this competitive landscape is continuing to change. And then 49% of property managers understand and are willing to pay for operational software here in 2021. My team and I have over 50 years of combined experience. Marco is my co-founder and CTO. He's been able to fully develop our system by himself. I'm always blessed to have him. And then my list of advisors have been able to point me in the right direction when we're thinking about what data that we need to be collecting. When we're signing partnership agreements, is all the key terms in there? And then we're focusing on the correct things when it comes from the operational side. Combined, we've worked at some of the best brands in the hotel industry, as you can see listed here. There are many ways that you can support Sabea, but today I wanted to just share 3 of them. We are actively raising $1 million round, and of that amount, we do have about 50K committed thus far, and that money is going to help us expand our team and focus on a greater market share. We absolutely welcome the opportunity for introductions to new customers, which can be either a boutique hotel and or a property manager host in the short-term rental. And then we also invite you to join our community and follow us on social media.
All right, thank you, Samela.
Thank you.
All right, let's do questions. Who wants to lead this last round?
Hey,
Question, how are you marketing?
How do I market it? Okay, so far I haven't spent any money on marketing. I've been actually going on Clubhouse, reaching out to host the community that what I would call our micro influencers, and creating relationships with them to get to the point where we can create a revenue split. But right now I'm doing outbound sales. So I'm picking up the call, I'm speaking to hotels directly and emailing them.
Have you defined your perfect customer? I mean, is it a boutique hotel? Is it a short-term person that handles few properties? Which one is it?
So it's the short-term rental host who manage 20 or fewer units. And finding them again would be more like going into the communities, whether it's the Facebook communities, the Clubhouse communities. At the moment, that's how I'm finding them. But the idea is to focus on, when we think of scaling, we want to focus on partnerships with the top-down approach, where we create an exclusive partnership with a brand. And once they grow, Sabea goes into all of their units and we grow as well. Boutique hotels are becoming more interested because we know the new travel norms are all moving towards digital. So we are getting some buzz from boutique hotels.
Great, thanks.
The way that I see this is you're kind of positioning against, for short-term rentals in particular, kind of against like an Airbnb, like an alternative for the people who don't want to be in those existing platforms. Am I missing that, or?
No, we're complementing Airbnb. So Airbnb is focused on heads and beds. Sabea is focused on what happens once the traveler actually arrives on that vacation. So we can actually complement what Airbnb does with the bookings. We can do that and help create better experiences to essentially explore the city better and create a better communication for the guest engagement.
Gotcha. Excellent. And do these the market that you're currently addressing, does any of it use or leverage operational software, or are you introducing this are they laggards in general and you're introducing this as a new concept in terms of a way for them to expand margins in their business once they get a booking?
It's a pretty newer idea. I do have competitors, but there is no leader at what we're doing right now. And because the market is so vastly growing, it's so much opportunity, but there is a layer of an educational component as to why we can bring them value, how much money they can make, how their reviews impact their revenue. So it is a layer of education that needs to go behind it.
Thank you.
Any other questions? Awesome, you guys. So this is a wrap. Thank you, Samaya. We're going to be seeing you shortly, okay? And now thank you to all the entrepreneurs for your presentations and to the panelists for your questions. We are now going to go into deliberations. We have about until 5:15 for deliberations and so to decide the award winners. And in the meantime, Claudia, our managing director and dear host, will be doing a quick Q&A with the entrepreneurs. This will be, each entrepreneur is going to come one at a time in presentation order to answer some questions from the audience, okay? So thank you all, panelists, and I will be going to deliberations, and I'm turning to you, Claudia, now.
Great, thank you, Rebecca, and good luck to everyone. While judges are deliberating, we're going to do a quick Q&A. And I would like to start with Mark, founder of Airbill. So,
Arrival, yeah.
Sorry, I pronounced that incorrectly, Mark. Question is, will the average consumer be able to afford a flight with this platform? Can you talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, so there are several airlines. Actually, every airline, American Airlines, United, are all getting into smaller aircrafts. So I do think 10 or 15 years from now, private air travel will be affordable for the upper middle class.
Okay. And what is the size of the market currently?
So it's a $28 billion market, and it's expecting to grow to 100 billion in the next 10 years.
Wow, that's a big jump. Okay. Okay, so thank you. It's just a quick Q&A. So let's go to our next entrepreneur. Awesome. Thank you, Mark.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Gino, founder of Best Candidate.
Hi, Gino. Yes, how are you?
No, sorry about that.
It's okay.
I don't know what's happening with me in names right now.
No, no worries.
Are you worried about the application creating biases? Or who provides and validates information shared about each candidate?
Well, most importantly, we're taking the candidates' information as they provide it to us. And that process, like I said before, it involves a really quick ethical oath of just participation. And we're leaving it up to that candidate. But as you know, a lot of folks will jump on and challenge that. So that interaction is healthy. And it also provides a self-policing sort of ecosystem and allows also folks to, interact with the candidates, interact with each other. And so overall, it'll sort of police itself. But initially, we want folks to know the platform is based on an ethical process, that the oath will be signed by each and every candidate, hopefully.
Okay. Is that part of the process, the signature of the oath?
Absolutely, yes. And when the candidate first creates that profile, that's offered to them as an option to sign. And actually, PDF is actually emailed to them that they have that oath.
Okay, perfect. Great. Thank you so much.
Absolutely.
And good luck.
Thank you.
Imani. Hey.
Hi.
So, are you considering adding still photos content as well to the repertoire? Like
Correct.
still?
Yes, our phase one is stock footage, because traditionally there hasn't been a platform for Black representation, specifically talking about stock footage. So by starting off with stock footage, we'll be first to market in terms of Black representation. And then we can also introduce the stock photos, and also in the future, stock music. So yes, stock photos is the second phase or second evolution of our company, yes.
Great. And is there a reason why you're focusing on video content only first?
Yes, video is huge right now. It's growing, and video is becoming more predominant in ads and advertising agencies. And what's happening now is that technology is getting, I'll say the cost of technology and cameras are getting cheaper, and the experience of our videographers, the next generation of videographers are getting, it's way more than what it was in the past. So the combination of those, there's going to be a huge flood of more videographers, photographers as well, but specifically videographers on the market, and they're going to be looking for content and things to film. So we're gathering all those content creators on our platform to focus on Black representation.
Okay, great. That makes sense. And the technology is more accessible now than before, the big video cameras that were really bulky, right?
Exactly.
Okay, great. Thank you, Mani. Okay, on next, Rochelle, founder of Glamo.
Hi.
So you offer 150 services to clients currently. So how do you screen your stylists to ensure that they're qualified to perform the services that they list and the services that the clients are requesting?
Once applied on our platform, our backend team, we basically run a background check, a vivid background check on each stylist that apply through Glamo. Once they know everything is cleared, then we give them full access to the platform.
Okay, great. And are you worried about quantity over quality?
To be honest, not really, because the quality of each stylists that are on the platform, we'll make sure that we select them with a fine teeth comb and basically select who actually is good at what they do. You get what I'm saying? We don't take any and everybody on the platform, basically.
Yeah, and clients are able to read the expertise of each stylist so that they can choose, right?
Exactly. And at the end of the day, it's always give the clients the upper hand, because the clients are the one who is going to judge a stylist based on their work and based on their timing on our platform. So whichever fit their budget or their timing on services that they provide, the particular client can select from there.
Okay, great. Thank you so much and good luck. Up next, Belinda, founder of Coco Berna.
Hello, how are you?
How are you?
Hi.
So, have you contacted dermatologists to medically validate the efficacy of your products?
Yes, so what we've done is that we actually worked with a cosmetic chemist, and we use a lot of the scientific evidence out there in order to validate each of the ingredients. So this was something that, again, this company is self-funded, and this is something that I've taken time to do with my team and really vet, the scientific evidence around it. The problem is that using dermatologists, it's more about getting customers to test the product versus them validating the science of the product, which is more what a cosmetic chemist really does and can really layer in the ingredients according to what the needs are for the solutions that product is solving. So I think it's really just making sure that our formulas are effective and work.
Okay, and I elaborate. You have specific clients or people who are trying your products, and you're evaluating the progress that the skin is having.
Correct. And that's one of the things, having an e-commerce company is that we have a lot of reviews. So reviews are our bread and butter right now, because then they validate that customer experience. And so far, most of our products have reached 5 stars, not because we are incentivizing them, but just because they're amazed at, again, a lot of women of multicultural heritage, we use what our grandmothers have passed down to us. We don't really stretch ourselves to say, okay, let me explore, even though we do have that buying power. And so that's really what we bring to market. So it's been really amazing just to see the impact that our products actually have on the women that we serve.
Great, can't wait to try your products.
Yes, absolutely.
Well, good luck.
Thank you so much.
See you soon, Belinda. Bye.
Thank you.
Up next, Brandon, founder of Loan My Soul. Hey.
Hello.
So, shoes are difficult items to maintain. Everybody knows that. Sometimes we even destroy them while walking. What systems do you have in place for preserving the value of the rented shoe or compensating users who had their rented pairs trashed or never returned, for example?
Right, good question. So these shoes, the wearers, they try their best not to destroy them just because they're so valuable and they're so important to the wearers. But we have a three-pronged system to protect our marketplace. So one, everyone on the marketplace is rated on a user level, right? So the better you treat the shoes, the better your friend level, the lower your prices are. So you're incentivized to treat the shoes well. Second, we have a condition rating. So each shoe on the site is rated on a 5-star metric. And there's models on the site so you can see what a 4-star shoe is and what a 5-star shoe is and what exactly you are renting and what exactly the owner is representing. And then lastly, our owners have the ability to set a purchase protection amount. So that means it's sort of like an insurance amount. So if anything happens to the item, I'm sorry, what was that?
Insurance.
You're right. So if the item is degraded unreasonably for a 4-day rental, or the item is never returned, or the item is just destroyed, then the owner is compensated the amount that they set for that specific renter. And usually our owners set it, which is comparable to the resale price. So they're not losing anything.
Okay, no, that makes total sense. Okay, Brandon, good luck. Thank you for,
Thank you.
Okay, Joy, hi, how are you?
Hi, how are you?
Good, good. So does Miami 360 take into consideration statistics on crime, for example, and advises tourists in certain areas to avoid?
Well, our whole concept,
areas you don't want the tourists to really go to, right? Mm-hmm.
Okay, so here's the thing. So our app is actually, it was built to put our small businesses in the forefront. We, as the app, we do not discriminate any of our subscribed businesses based off of the area that they're in. As you know, there are top quality restaurants that may be in a crime area, but it is at the discretion of the user of the app if they would want to go there. We would never discriminate based off of the community that a restaurant or a bar is actually in. Now, what I will say is our users are very honest. And because we do build a community, we take anything that they put into that social wall and that chat room is never removed. And they are very honest. So they will let people know everything from the start to finish. But as a company, we will never discriminate a small business. We were built here to uplift small businesses and bring us to exposure.
No, that makes sense. An excellent answer. Again, is the user experience that will actually lead other users to those.
Correct. And it's hidden gems all throughout Miami, and we will never want to penalize someone for being in a not so good area.
No, and I think Miami is a place where the good places are hidden.
Are hidden. Hello, thank you. Okay.
So I think your app is going to be great, and I can't wait to start using it because I'm always trying to look for restaurants and like cute stores.
Yes, and even as locals, we always look for new things to do. Yes. So hey, thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Joy. We'll try and promote your app so tourists can use Miami 360.
Awesome. Thank you.
Take care. Up next, Laura, founder of Podpick.
Hey.
Laura, how are you?
I'm doing well.
Doing great. So have you considered that the service providers might actually be making a profit from this issue? If, for example, if say they charge for insurance on items not lost, brings in greater revenue than the total loss from lost packages?
Actually, I'm not really that concerned. The bottom line is that nobody wants returned inventory. Nobody wants to be restocking. Nobody wants to be in that business of, losing in every aspect. When you send out a new label for a return shipment, it costs UPS or FedEx, it costs that retailer. So, the insurance cost, what is being paid out just does not cover the value, because right now they're paying out $50 as like a standard, but it could be a $4 item.
Yeah.
So now they're overpaying. And is it truly UPS's fault or FedEx's fault? Or was it the retailer that packed it poorly? So it's about the idea of who actually owns the blame.
Yes.
And through the picture journey, we're able to tell exactly where the pain point was. Was it the last mile delivery agent that caused the damage? Was it the shipper who packed it incorrectly? But that way, you're not all sharing the cost, which is what is currently happening right now, whether or not you're to blame.
Well, so we have to factor in the time of the person purchasing, and
absolutely. And it's such a disappointment too. Think about it from a brand perspective. You packed your, this item that this person ordered perfectly. You took the time, you made sure, marked fragile, and it gets to that customer broken. Your brand is affected by that, versus if you show them a picture that yes, their package was, their item was packaged correctly, and they get a push notification showing that, and then it gets their home in another condition. Now they're not blamed.
Of course.
Right. Now that blame is shifted to whomever that carrier was.
Perfect. Yeah, makes total sense.
Yeah.
Thank you, Laura, and good luck.
Thank you.
Okay, next is Philip, founder of Realty View. Hi,
Yes,
Philip, how are you? This time
hi,
we got So with your data, do you see an opportunity to work with the government, for example, or have a partnership with them?
Yes, that's not in our immediate plans, only because we have a certain development track laid out. We believe that in roughly 5 years, after we capture a large amount of users and after we move into the public record space, that there will definitely be an opportunity to work with governments, also into the blockchain space as well, et cetera.
Yeah, because you'll be gathering a lot of data, right? That's very interesting.
Correct.
Right now, for example, taking Miami, the data is not in real time, so people are not really able to analyze what's happening here in the real estate business.
Correct. Just crawling before we walk.
Well, I think what you're building is great, and hopefully a lot of people start using Realty View. Thank you, Philip.
Thank you so much, Claudia.
Take care. And last but not least, Samela.
Hi.
Libya.
Yes.
Hi. So the travel industry is massive and already has systems in place. How do you appeal to clients who may have to undergo massive shifts in their operations?
So the first thing we do is we're not truly interested in the large big box hotels, right? We're focused on the mom and pop hotels, the local boutique hotels who want to offer amazing service, but they do not have the infrastructure, the budget, or the team to go out and build their own app. They're tech savvy already. They want to keep with the times, but that's their only challenge. So that's kind of how we appeal to them, honestly. And then from a host perspective, that 40% of hosts, they're working on becoming more professionalized, getting their own website, focused on more direct bookings. And so a system like Sabea can help them kind of gain control over the data that they collect so that they can be a little bit more self-sufficient from the bigger guys.
Okay, that makes sense. Well, I think what you're doing is really interesting and very needed. So I wish you luck building your business. And thank you for being here today.
Thank you for having me.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Okay, so that was fun. I hope you all enjoyed our quick Q&A. And we're gonna bring back our judges. Here they are. So we have Jane, Marcell, and Mariano. Are we all ready to announce our winners? Yay! So exciting. Okay, so in third place, Mariano, you're gonna announce our third place winner.
Hey, Claudia. The third place goes for Loan My Soul.
Loan My Soul, yay! Can we bring him? Yes, Brandon.
Hey, Brandon.
You're on mute.
Hey, thank you so much.
Hi, Brandon.
Hey.
Good, congratulations.
Thank you.
So today you have won $10,000 of non-diluted cash plus $25,000 worth of Microsoft Azure credits and technical consulting sessions. So congratulations.
Thanks, guys.
Great. Okay, so now we're up to our second place. Jane, you will be announcing our second place.
So I'm excited to announce that the second place company is Glamo. And it's not just because I'm the only woman on this judging panel.
Thank you.
But I do like this service.
Thank you very much.
Really appreciations, Rochelle.
Thank you.
So today you will be getting $15,000 of non-dilutive cash plus the $25,000 of Microsoft Azure credits. So congratulations.
Thank you very much.
And last but not least, our first place, Marcell, the floor is yours.
Sure. So everyone competing today is a winner. Hats off to all the participants. I'm so convinced that the future of Miami Tech is incredibly bright. And I'm pleased to announce our first place winner for today's competition is Black Stock Footage. So hats off and congratulations, Imani. Look at that.
Thank you. Thank you.
Congratulations, Imani. You want to say anything?
Well, I appreciate all of you. A big thanks to all of the competition as well. You all did a wonderful job, and thank you for seeing the vision. Thank you for believing in the product, and I can guarantee you this is going to be a huge product that a lot of people can use, and this is the future. And I can't wait to expand, like Jane was saying. So I really appreciate the opportunity, and this is leaps and bounds, and I'm so appreciative. Thank you.
Thank you so much. So Imani, you have won $25,000 in cash and $25,000 of Microsoft Azure credits, and you have a spot in one of our Endeavor Miami growth programs, accelerator programs, once you meet our criteria. So Rebecca will be in contact with you also.
Thank you so much.
So let's bring our three winners so we can take a picture. Perfect. There we go. Big applause to everyone. And thank you to our amazing, amazing judges and partners for today. The Miami Herald and Microsoft for Startup, Mariano, Marcell, our amazing Endeavor Entrepreneur and founder of Encompass, and Jane, thank you so much for this incredible afternoon. Truly feeling honored and very inspired with all the entrepreneurs that pitched today. I know we couldn't choose everyone, but I know the hard work that you all put into this pitch competition, and we are excited to announce, actually Jane will announce, so you can stay tuned for, Jane?
Which part of this announcement do you want me to make? We will be announcing all of this in the Miami Herald. And so we have a little time to chat with some of you about this. We'll actually make that announcement on Monday in the Business Monday pages. And the other part that I think Claudia is going to let me talk about is that thanks to some very generous support from the Miami Tech community, that Endeavor is going to, we're still their partners, but they do our heavy lifting here. Endeavor is going to be able to stretch this Black-led pitch opportunity out to more founders, and we'll have multiple competitions over the next year. And that is, I think Claudia and I are both really excited about it. And this is the power of Twitter. That support came from Twitter conversations where people just jumped in and said, I want to support this effort. So good job, Miami Tech.
Yes, thank you so much to all the supporters, everybody who tuned in today, to our judges, to the amazing entrepreneurs. Congratulations to everyone. Stay tuned, like Jane said, for our future pitch competitions. We will announce the dates as soon as we have them, so more people are able to participate. And we are also, for everyone watching, we are constantly doing different initiatives for our Endeavor community, but most importantly for entrepreneurs here in Florida. So we will be announcing other opportunities very soon. Stay tuned for all the amazing news. And congratulations to all of you for today's pitches, and especially to Imani, Rochelle, and Brandon. Good luck with everything. And thank you everyone for being here today.
Thank you so much again.
Thank you so much, guys.
Why don't we bring everyone back for one